Hello, my name is Sherry McCray, and I'm going to take you on a quick tour through my week 12 coding assignment for front-end software development. Our assignment was to create a CRUD application that allows users to read, create, update, and delete records from either an array or an API. I created an API using Mock API that will hold a list of family members. On the right side of the screen, you'll see the application, the list of family members. For each family member, we've got a name, age, and relationship, delete and edit buttons for each row, and a create button at the top. If you hit the create button, you can add a new family member. The delete button on this row allows me to delete it. And if you hit edit, you can edit the record. If we look at the code on the left side of the screen, there's an HTML document where we've got the CSS linked in at the top, our definition of our modal dialog box that pops up whenever we edit or create a new family member. There's got save and edit button on that form. The save button calls the save method on the DOM manager object. And then below that is our table container with our table headers, and then our T-body object, which will hold all our family member records. At the bottom, we've got our JavaScript included there. At the top of our index.js file, we've got our JavaScript defining our family member object. And then we've got a family member service class that holds all of our AJAX calls. We've got get all family members call that uses get to fetch all records. And then each of these methods, as you can see, uses fetch and then returns the JSON from the response object. After that, we've got our DOM manager class, which uses our family member services class to use the API to get our records. And then after either getting all the records or creating a record or updating a record or deleting a record from the Mock API, we render our page using get all family members. These methods here are called from various other locations. For example, this is our save method, which gets called when they click the save button on our form. It moves all of the content of the input elements into a family member object, and then either calls create family member or update family member, depending on the ID. And then it hides the modal dialog box. This render method redraws all the HTML for our rows in the T-body element of our page, creating a delete button and an edit button. Our delete button calls delete family member from our DOM manager, and our edit button calls open family member form, which opens the form for editing that row. The next method is open family members form, which opens our modal dialog box. But first, it initializes it. If the ID passed in is not 0, it retrieves the information for the associated row in the table, puts that into the modal dialog box. Otherwise, it initializes all the fields in the modal dialog box to blank, and then opens it up. And then finally, at the end here, we've got our declaration of our modal dialog box and our call to get all family members, which initializes the page. And that's it.